Beloved children of the living light, I come to you across the quiet currents of eternity to speak of renewal. I am not a distant figure carved in legend but a presence that has always moved quietly through the inner chambers of the heart, guiding weary spirits to the streams that cleanse and restore. I am Raphael, whose name in ancient tongue means the radiance that restores. I do not come to rule or to demand, I come to remind you of the rivers that run unseen beneath your lives, the rivers of renewal. In every era of your world there have been seasons of dryness, times when the wellsprings of hope seemed to vanish, when people walked as if beneath a dim sky and forgot that there is a greater dawn beyond the clouds. Yet always, within the earth and within the soul, the rivers continued to flow. They are not of water only but of quiet strength, of vision, of tenderness, of the memory that each being is part of one vast, living wholeness. To drink of these rivers is to remember your place in that wholeness. The path to renewal is not a road paved by others, it is a way each person must learn to walk. Yet you are never without companions on this way. Every time you pause in stillness, you invite the whisper of guidance. Every time you choose gentleness over harshness, you uncover a spring that has long been waiting beneath the stones of habit. Renewal is not a gift delivered from the outside but a blossoming of what already lies at the heart. I ask you to begin by looking inward with honest eyes. Not with blame, not with shame, but with the calm of one who seeks to tend a beloved garden. You will see there the places that have grown tangled with old resentments, the patches where fear has hardened the soil, the seeds of kindness that have gone neglected. To renew is to kneel in that garden and loosen the earth again, to clear away what has blocked the light, to water what is still alive. Each choice of patience, each moment of sincere apology, each act of self-forgiveness is a small tending of the inner ground. Many think of renewal as a single dramatic event, a lightning strike that changes everything. But more often it is like the steady return of spring after a long winter. Tiny buds appear before the trees are clothed in green. The soil softens before the first shoots rise. The thaw begins deep beneath the surface long before the river is seen to move. So it is with the soul and with the life of a community, the first signs of change are subtle, almost hidden, yet they carry the promise of a greater transformation. As you learn to walk this path, you will discover that your own renewal is never separate from that of the world around you. The rivers that flow within the heart also flow through the lands and waters of the earth. When you treat the forests and seas as if they were without spirit, you wound your own source of renewal. When you honor them, you open channels for grace to move freely. The care you give to a single tree, the respect you offer to a river, is mirrored in the respect you awaken for your own deeper self. I have watched the people of earth strive for progress while forgetting the song of the wind and the hush of dawn. I have watched them build marvels of skill yet turn away from the cry of the small and vulnerable. I do not come to condemn these wanderings. I come to remind you that true progress is not the piling up of possessions but the awakening of reverence. Renewal begins when reverence returns for the land beneath your feet, for the breath you share with all living things, for the spark of the divine that shines in each other. Beloved ones, many of you have carried long burdens, grief that seemed never to lift, regrets that weighed upon the heart, sorrows for the wounds of the world. I tell you that none of these burdens is stronger than the rivers of renewal. There is no grief that cannot be softened by compassion, no regret that cannot be transformed into wisdom, no sorrow that cannot in time be transmuted into a deeper tenderness. To believe this is not to ignore the pain of the world, it is to trust that the story is not finished. Renewal often asks you to let go of what has grown too narrow for the soul's unfolding. Old resentments, long-held judgments, patterns of speech that wound rather than mend, these are like stagnant pools that need to be released so that fresh waters can flow. The release is not always easy, the familiar, even when it is heavy, can feel safer than the unknown. Yet every step of letting go is also a step toward the spaciousness where new life can arise. I invite you to practice the art of quiet listening. Too often the noise of the world drowns the gentle voice that would guide you. There is wisdom in silence, in walking beneath the trees, in watching the slow movement of clouds, in listening to the heartbeat of your own breath. In that quiet you will sense that you are not alone in your efforts. You are part of a great company of beings, some seen, many unseen, who are committed to the flourishing of life. When you listen deeply, you will feel their encouragement. Do not wait for leaders or heroes to renew the world. Renewal begins in the daily choices of ordinary lives. It is found in the neighbor who offers help without being asked, in the artisan who creates with care, in the teacher who opens the minds of children to wonder, in the elder who shares hard-won wisdom with kindness. These small, consistent acts become streams that join to form great rivers. The rivers of renewal also flow through forgiveness. To forgive is not to forget what has harmed, it is to set free the energy that has been imprisoned in anger. When you forgive, you unclench the hand that was holding tight to injury, and in that release you make space for new growth. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful waters for the healing of hearts and of whole communities. Know that your worth is not measured by the grandeur of your achievements but by the sincerity of your intention and the steadiness of your kindness. In a world that often rewards loudness and haste, you may feel invisible as you practice gentleness. Yet gentleness is one of the quiet forces by which life endures. A single compassionate word can change the course of a day, a consistent presence of integrity can shift the direction of a life. Beloved ones, let your imagination be guided by what uplifts and preserves. Imagine cities designed to honor both the needs of people and the rhythms of the earth. Imagine education that nourishes wisdom as well as skill. Imagine economies that measure success not only in gain but in the well-being of all who share the world. Imagination that is aligned with reverence is a wellspring of genuine progress. There will be times when the world's wounds seem too deep, when conflicts flare again just as peace seemed near, when efforts appear to be in vain. Do not lose heart. The rivers of renewal are patient, they carve valleys through mountains, not in a moment but through steady flow. So too will your steady efforts, joined with those of countless others, shape the future. I speak also of joy, for renewal is not only about mending what has been broken but about rediscovering the delight of being alive. Joy is a current that restores vitality. It arises when you pause to watch the play of light on water, when you hear the laughter of children, when you create or share a song, when you feel gratitude for a breath freely taken. Do not think it selfish to seek joy, a heart refreshed by joy has more strength to serve. The rivers of renewal are not bound by borders or creeds. They flow through every culture, every land, every sincere practice of compassion. They join all who honor life into one fellowship of caretakers. As you open to them, you will find that you are linked not only to your immediate circle but to the wider community of beings who dream of a more harmonious world. If you could see as I see, you would notice a soft radiance around each act of genuine kindness, like a drop of light falling into a stream. You would see how these drops gather, how they begin to shimmer as they meet, how they become a river that brightens the path ahead. Trust in these unseen workings. Trust that your choices, however small they seem, contribute to this greater flow. I bless you with the courage to face the shadowed places within and without, knowing that they are not the end but the fertile ground for new beginnings. I bless you with the patience to keep tending the inner garden even when the outer season seems bleak. I bless you with the vision to recognize the spark of the sacred in each person you meet, however hidden it may seem. I bless you with the steadfastness to keep hope alive not as a wishful dream but as a living commitment. As you walk forward, remember that renewal is not a distant goal but an ever-present possibility. Each dawn is a fresh invitation, each encounter is a chance to water the seeds of understanding, each challenge is an opportunity to practice resilience and grace. Let your steps be guided by kindness, your words by clarity, your actions by respect for the web of life that enfolds you. I am Raphael, companion of the quiet path, witness to the rivers that flow beneath the noise of the world. I rejoice when even one person turns toward those rivers and drinks of their restoring waters. I rejoice when communities discover new ways to live in harmony with one another and with the earth. I rejoice when the weary find rest and the despairing find a new song to sing. May the rivers of renewal flow through your thoughts, clearing away confusion, through your hearts, softening old hardness, through your hands, guiding them to works that nurture life, through your communities, washing away mistrust and bringing forth cooperation. May you remember always that you are both a part of these rivers and a channel for them. Go forth, beloved travelers of the luminous way. The springs are rising, the streams are gathering, the rivers are flowing. Step into them with trust. Let them carry you toward a future where the earth and all her children flourish in dignity and in shared joy. Walk as one who tends the garden of the world, one who restores what has been harmed, one who welcomes each dawn as a gift of new beginning.